Your life is your show, and you can drive it in any direction that you want. And by making some very small, simple adjustments to the way that you look at your reality and the way that you navigate it, you can actually be in the right place at the right time almost always. So you know how sometimes it feels like you're super lucky and everything is just really working in your favor. There's all this synchronicity, you're always in the right place. And then other times it's like there's this huge issue and this resistance and it's like everything's working against you. That's exactly what we're going to discuss in this video. Now, the biggest key to being in the right place at the right time all the time and having this vibration and energy of luck and just tons of energy coming to you, even when you're in that stage of your character of being tired and not having lots of energy, you can still be energized in that position. And it all comes to one simple thing. Don't resist the current season that you are experiencing. So here's what I mean by this. If you're really tired and you're really exhausted and you're not feeling a whole lot of energy in this kind of way, maybe you're someone like me who's an artist and you like to create and you work on lots of projects, maybe you make videos, maybe you paint, maybe you play music. There's all kinds of other areas that you can express this energy. Maybe you're someone who's really focused on projects like this and you normally feel really energized and you have a lot that you can do with these. Now, when you start to feel tired and you don't feel like that energy is there, if you're like me, historically speaking, you will have resisted it at least a few times where I feel upset that I don't have the energy to do the things that I know are important to me and that I find exciting. So I get upset and I start pushing against them, right? This pushing against it will look like I wake up in the morning with a plan to do work, but I don't feel like it. And so I start trying to do things to help myself to do the work. For example, maybe you want to drink coffee, maybe you start trying to create a new routine to help energize yourself. But the key here is that by doing this, by trying to make yourself feel a certain way, you're resisting the current energy dynamic that you're experiencing. And in truth, the character that you are on that higher level, but also on the very real present level right here, right now, you feel the way that you do and you are the way that you are right now in this moment for a reason is how you can look at it. It's all lending itself to your path unfolding. So when you resist these things and you push against them and you try to change the way that you feel or you try to force yourself to feel a way other than you do, what ends up happening is you're literally creating this resistance energy, and what's actually going to happen is you're going to dig your feet deeper and deeper into the inner season that maybe is not the one that you prefer. But if we can let go of thinking that this is really important and let go of our preferences and just allow ourselves to be in the energy that we are right now, you'll find yourself flowing fluidly with the seasons which are inside of you, as well as the seasons that are happening outside of you. And you'll find that you have a lot more synchronicity. You'll find that you might just start being in the right place at the right time. You'll start to notice this. And even when you're in that episode of your character's life story unfolding, where you have a little bit less energy and you're more tired, you will feel extremely energized in it, right? Because you're not draining your energy. There's no leaky holes in you. And where these leaky holes come from and where the real energy actually drains is all coming back to you resisting the current episode that you're on. So a way that I like to think of it, because it's kind of fun for me, is if life is a show, think about a show that you watch and there's a bunch of seasons of it, right? And you watch it. When there's a certain theme to the show, everything is pretty much the same each season. There's different episodes with different characters, different stories unfolding, but it's all pretty much the same energy. It's all the same show. You notice how each season there's like one or two episodes that kind of stray from the normal theme and they're kind of like random and it doesn't really have much to do with it. Well, this can happen in your life and it can happen in my life too. These are kind of just stray episodes. Now, when I have a stray episode that pulls me away from the theme that resonates with me, sometimes I resist it and freak out. I think about, for example, the law of attraction and things like this, and I freak out and I want to make sure that I don't dig myself into this because I want to come back to this. I want to be this Nathan. I want to be this version of myself. So when all of a sudden I'm experiencing an episode that doesn't resonate with what I really want to be choosing, sometimes I freak out and I start pushing against it and resisting. And I reach for everything that is more so this character that I want to be. I start trying to pick up different props. I start trying to change the way I feel. I start trying to shove myself in this box because this is the one that makes me feel safe and secure and makes me feel like I'm on track. But it's when I resist this thing that you're literally generating this resistant energy. And when you're resisting things and you're not accepting them, you're not accepting how you currently feel, what you're doing is you're pouring a massive amount into your energy into trying to change the situation. But by trying to change the situation, and that's where you focus your energy, you lose your ability to be present and here right now. You're focused on wanting to change what is. Therefore, it is impossible for you to be focused on that and still have your energy right here in the present moment. And in the present moment where you are right now, this is where all your power is. Right now is when you can actually make changes. Right now is when you can actually move forward in a way that's powerful for you. Right now is where all of your power lies in literally every single example you could possibly think of. So this is another way we can think about it. If we stop pouring our energy into resisting the current season that we're in, we'll find that a lot more energy comes to us, and you'll find that maybe you're tired right now and exhausted for a week's period of time, and it bothers you because it's not in alignment with what you think is supposed to be happening. But you don't know on this level, on your human level, why this season is happening. You really don't. And the truth is that everything is unfolding and happening perfectly in your life, no matter what it is. So for me, I've had a few months where I've just been absolutely exhausted, for example. I was so tired. I didn't have any energy to be making videos or working on my projects. And maybe a lot of you guys noticed all of a sudden I was posting 1 or maybe 2 videos a week, really absent in responding to comments and things like this. I just was so tired and my focus was elsewhere. And at first I wanted to resist this and force myself to keep making a ton of videos because I'm Nathan the YouTuber. This is who I am. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And at first I resisted it, and I started losing a lot of energy, and I started feeling sick. I started experiencing actual physical illness and ailments and things. And finally, I accepted that I don't feel like making videos, which is just my personal life example. I accepted it. I stopped trying to force myself to be a different version of me than I currently am. And what ended up happening as soon as I accepted it was all this infinite and free energy started to realize itself within me, and I ended up writing all kinds of new music. I wrote a book, I started building new relationships, I started having all kinds of really exciting experiences, and if I kept resisting, then I never would have realized that that was the episode that, quote unquote, the universe is trying to give to me. But I wouldn't be able to see what was being given to me or receive it if the only thing I wanted to receive was what I was focused on. I wouldn't be able to see all the other stuff that's here right now for me. So by letting go and stopping trying to resist the current episode that is happening, you'll find a lot more energy comes to you. You'll have a lot more synchronicity. You'll find that your manifestation is more fulfilling and there has a more fullness to it. Life is a lot more supple, right? It feels like no matter what season it is, even if it's winter, there's fruit growing on the trees for you. Because everything really is here right now for you. And the only reason we don't feel that way is because we have a certain idea of the way things are supposed to look. But look around you and step outside of that idea you have, and you'll notice that everything is a reflection and that you are one with all that is, and that you are the one that is all that is. You are the seasons. This is your nature. Even in nature around us, things are always changing. There's seasons. Things sometimes are blooming and growing. Other times things are dying and creating new life, right? Sometimes things are blooming from the trees. Other times things are falling in dead leaves and things like this. So just like outside of us that there are seasons happening within you as well. Sometimes I feel extremely creative. Like right now, I can feel it. I've just stepped into a creative wave of energy. It's what is true for me right now, currently. And so I can be here and I can express this energy and I feel all energized and I want to hike around and make lots of videos again. And so that's who I am right now. And so that's what I'm allowing myself to be. I'm not resisting it, right? For the last few months, I didn't do much except relax, meditate, play music, write. It was a very fulfilling internal experience. I had to let go of being someone constantly trying to be out there, building my business and making videos so that I could allow who I was to be. And now I've changed again. The season has changed. It's a new season for me. I can feel it. And so at first I wanted to resist this too. Man, it's weird. I don't feel like sitting around and meditating all day anymore. I wonder if something's wrong. Just let go. Surrender to the current episode you're in because all the power will come to you if you're able to do this. And it's actually very simple. It doesn't take effort. It takes the opposite of effort. Just let it be. Just let yourself be. Let the world around you be. Let everybody else be. And all the energy will make itself known to you in very, very special ways. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for liking the video. Helps the channel a lot. And I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you for the next episode. Thanks a lot.